It's not even been a month since the Chandrababu Naidu-led government came to power in Andhra Pradesh. And there are already complaints that news channels have been taken off air. Four news channels, that's the NTV, TV9 Telugu, 10 TV and Sakshi, have blamed the TDP-Jana Sena-BJP government of censoring them. The government has denied these allegations and the matter is now in court. In this episode, I look at how media clampdowns happen in both Telugu states and what the law says about taking channels off air. Let me explain. Four news channels, that's NTV, TV9 Telugu, 10 TV and Sakshi, have been blocked in Andhra Pradesh since June 6th. That's just 2 days after Andhra Pradesh Assembly results came in and TDP was all set to form the government with a thumping majority of 135 seats. The same set of channels were made unavailable from June 21st once again. Now let's take a closer look at these channels. Sakshi TV is owned by YSRCP Chief Jagan Reddy's family. NTV is owned primarily by Rachana Television Private Limited, that's RTPL, which belongs to Narendra Chaudhary. The TDP has always alleged that NTV is a proxy of Jagan's YSRCP. TV9's promoting company is Associated Broadcast Private Limited, or ABCL. In 2018, Alanda Media took majority stakes in ABCL. Alanda is in turn owned by influential businessman Jupalli Rameshwar Rao, the owner of real estate company My Home. 10 TV was a cooperative news channel run by CPIM members. But in 2018, the ownership changed and was taken over by people associated with My Home once again. Many news channels in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana are either owned by political parties or openly support them. Before I explain the story in more detail, remember the News Minute is not owned by any politician or political party. A few weeks ago, we stopped advertisements both on our website and on our YouTube channels. That's because we want to depend only on viewers like you. So don't disappoint us, become a subscriber, use this QR code or click on the link in the description. So as you can see from ownership, the media in Andhra Pradesh is split along party lines. There's also a caste angle here. So while TDP accuses the four channels, that's NTV, TV9, 10 TV and Sakshi of bias, the owners of many other news organizations are Kammas. That's a community that supports the TDP. Channels like Andhra Jyoti, TV5 and Enadu newspaper have been pro-TDP and heavily critical of the YSRCP. In Andhra, more than half the viewers watch these channels through cable TV. The cable operators are called multi-system operators or MSOs. And there are around 25 major MSOs working out of Andhra Pradesh. And then there is the government fibre net called AP FibreNet. Industry sources say that TV9, NTV and Sakshi together capture around 60% of the viewership for news channels in the region. Right after winning the elections, even before officially taking office, the TDP had police take over the AP State FibreNet office, which handles broadband and cable TV in Andhra. They said they needed to secure important documents and told the employees to leave immediately. TDP has also been saying, look, there's no official order. Channels are saying it's all done unofficially. But let's come back to what it means when four of Andhra Pradesh's most viewed channels get blocked. 1. It hinders media freedom and free speech. 2. The channels suffer financially, especially considering that the post-election period was when news consumption was at its peak. One of the top officials at Sakshi TV told us that they're under immense pressure from the advertisers who've already paid for their ads to be paid. If Sakshi remains off air, advertisers may even withdraw their campaigns. So far, only TV9 Telugu has approached the court. But we're told Sakshi and NTV too could soon take the legal route. In their petition before the Delhi High Court, TV9 Telugu said that blocking of the channel, especially when AP Chief Minister Naidu was being sworn in on June 12, greatly undermines the reputation of the channel in the eyes of its viewers. The Delhi High Court granted interim relief to TV9 Telugu on June 24th, ordering that the channel's transmission shall continue uninterruptedly. But this is only a temporary relief. TV9 Telugu and the other channels will need to approach the Telecom Dispute Settlement and Appellate Tribunal, that's the TDSAT, after the court vacation ends. TDSAT is a special tribunal that handles disputes and appeals related to telecom, broadcasting and IT services. YSRCP Rajya Sabha member Niranjan Reddy has written to TRAI asking them to protect the media and ensure compliance with the 2017 regulations, particularly Regulation 17. Regulation 17 of TRAI says that no service provider shall disconnect the signals of television channels without giving at least 3 weeks' notice, clearly specifying the reasons for the proposed disconnection. In this case, TV9 says no notice was issued, they were simply taken off air without warning from free to air ban and placed on the subscriber ban. Soon after TDP came to power, NTV, TV9 Telugu, 10 TV and Sakshi were taken off air by many cable companies in Andhra. This isn't the first such time censoring has been happening in both Andhra and the other Telugu state, Telangana. From the time Jagan Reddy came to power in 2019, 2 channels, that's TV5 and ABN Andhra Jyoti, were off air on cable. The channels alleged that Jagan government had pressured cable operators, but the government claimed that the channels had not paid carrier fees. In May 2021, the 2 channels were also booked under sedition for carrying comments by YSR Congress MP Raghuram Krishna Raju. Then and now, these channels are available on DTH services, which is their only saving grace. The animosity between political parties and media in the Telugu states has deep roots. In his first speech as Chief Minister, Jagan named Eenadu, Andhra Jyoti and TV5, warning of defamation cases against them. The tension escalated during the budget session later that year when they were banned from covering the assembly proceedings. Jagan's government has often accused the Eenadu group of biased reporting and sensationalism, claiming that they had close ties with Naidu and the TDP. Jagan often refers to Eenadu and Andhra Jyoti as yellow media, a play on the color of TDP, implying that they spread the propaganda of the party. The animosity dates back to Jagan's father, YS Rajshekhar Reddy, a 2-time Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh and a prominent Congress leader, who also had issues with Eenadu and Andhra Jyoti. He too often called them yellow papers. In 2007, YSR empowered the Special Information Commissioner to sue journalists and media houses for false, baseless, defamatory news. In October 2019, Jagan as CM expanded this order, giving bureaucrats heading all departments the power to file cases against print, electronic, and social media. In July 2022, Jagan government announced Rs 200 as financial support to each ward volunteer to buy newspapers. Eenadu went to the Supreme Court, saying that this was a ploy to push Sakshi newspaper sales. This time, however, Jagan is out of power and Naidu seems to be using his powers against the media. In neighbouring Telangana, KCR once warned TV9 and ABN Andhra Jyoti that he'll bury them 10 km inside the earth. The 2 channels were unofficially blocked for months on end. In the latest case of the 4 channels blocked in Andhra, international organizations like the Committee to Protect Journalists, that's CPJ, and International Federation of Journalists, that's the IFJ, have raised concerns. They've called on the state government to quickly bring the channels back on air. The Delhi High Court has ordered 15 multi-system operators to immediately restore the transmission. But the larger issue of news channels getting dragged into political retaliation is unhealthy for our democracy. And at the end of the day, Their target is you. They want to control the information that reaches the citizens. We'll keep a close eye on not just what's happening in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, but freedom of press and expression everywhere in the country. Thank you for joining me for this week, and do make sure that you write to me with your comments, suggestions, and feedback at pooja@thenewsminute.com.